You're listening to iCannabisRadio.com.
We interrupt this program with a special bulletin from the John Doe Radio Show.
For God's sake, no one's smoking, okay?
You know what time it is? Retired commuted.
John Doe Radio Show. When you're high.
No seeds.
I smoke Miami-Dade Crippy in that Arizona icky, cause my Humboldt stickies for that one pull quickie. Yeah, I hit Great Babe in the Devil's Blue. Met the Super Jack Green Crack and Elvis too. Since he skunk number 4, that Uptown Raw Dominican haze we blaze from the botanical store. Got the butterscotch of wine and the juicy fruit lemon. New York sour diesel and some Northern Light 7 like the red hairs on it. Looking deeper, it's the backyard boogie woogie Brooklyn creeper. Medicinal secret sauce, white Smurf, psycho chronic in that Maui Wowie Honolulu hydroponic. I want a truck full of BC buds with no stems. For Jack Harrah, Mary Jane, and all of my friends. Give me orange crush, bogberry, OG Kush, and some chocolate tie stick from the bush. Nothing in the world like weed, that's why I'm smoking on a blunt, puffing on a joint, lighting up a bowl. No seeds, that ganja's all I want, it's really all I need. Ain't nothing in the world like weed, that's why I'm smoking on a blunt, puffing on a joint, lighting up a bowl. No seeds, that ganja's all I want, it's really all I need. Ain't nothing in the world like weed. The Buddha, the ganja, the Indo, the Kong, and the Cess. The Phillies, the Dutchess, the Papers, the Bong is the best. Yeah, I'm into Cali Mist, green burns clean, but there's nothing like that old school G13. Give me berry, pure kush, blueberry bud, and the grapefruit sativa someone grew in the mud. I want the early girl shiver in the purple flower with the cat piss, hash plant, and turtles power. I took the crystal champagne, the bubonic, supersonic, Holland Hope, White Widow, Big Blue Chronic from the Delta 9, Romulan and Afghan cross. A little pussy kush, sweet tooth, strawberry cough. Give me the super silver citrus and the kryptonite freeze. The fuzzy wuzzy indica from Amsterdam seeds. I want the 4-way Cinderella, great white shark, Jamaican lamb's bread, Colombian dog. Nothing in the world like weed, that's why I'm smoking on a blunt, puffing on a joint, lighting up a bowl. No seeds, that ganja's all I want, it's really all I need. Ain't nothing in the world like weed, that's why I'm smoking on a blunt, puffing on a joint, lighting up a bowl. No seeds, that ganja's all I want, it's really all I need. Ain't nothing in the world like weed.
Giddy Up live.
The human brain is made for thinking, not pubic experience. It's hardly a tinker toy for experimenting. Not pubic with drugs.
Why do we talk about marijuana? It's the single biggest drug that is a source of some confusion.
This is really about educating the public about the fact that marijuana is a less harmful drug.
Marijuana, that's to get high.
You can be as high as you want.
Prohibition of marijuana over the last 71 years has not actually prevented you from using marijuana.
You feel weak.
Close to winning the war.
I do believe there have been some successes.
We will never arrest our way out of this problem.
Welcome to the John Doe Radio Show. I am your host, John Doe, here hanging out with my good friend Mike.
Good morning. Can't help but smile when I hear this song. I was hoping this is where you were going. Thank you. Good morning. What's up, stoners? Love it.
It is the 17th of April. Feel it. You can feel it. It's happening. It's time. 3 days until 420. Lots of people coming into the Mile High City, having a great time already. Tons of people came down yesterday to the lab, and a lot more people than I thought there was going to be on a fantastic, snowy, beautiful day in Colorado. Today it looked like it might snow a little bit more too.
It's snowing as we speak.
It's off and on snowing. But if you'd like to come down and hang out with us, we are chilling at Hoodlab in Denver, 3354 Larimer Street, live from Cannaval, Monday through Friday of this week, 11 to 1. It's a chill time.
Come on down.
And today we should be having some guests that come in. Everybody's kind of straggling in today. I was definitely out last night.
These are long days this week.
I was out last night quick, with the quickness.
Quick at like 11 o'clock?
No, I was out like at midnight. By midnight. It's like about midnight.
And what time did you get here yesterday?
I don't know. It was 8:39.
Like I'm saying, these are long days, especially for Tim. I'm old.
Not that long.
I'm an old man. I go home early, but
it's not that bad.
I'm going to have to hang. Maybe not tonight, but definitely tomorrow night. A little
You're
bit later.
a wuss, dude.
I got work to do. Like the song. I got shiz to do, yeah.
What do you have to do?
I got
You got nothing to do.
Things and stuff.
Just shush it.
I'd rather not.
There are people, as we said, going to be people wandering in today, and we'll invite them to join us here on the John Doe Radio Show. We got news for you today, catching up on a few days worth of news here on the show. Why does that camera keep pushing backward?
It's that cord.
Fark your cord.
Boom.
Sweet.
As good as it gets.
I got bling here. I got top shelf extract bling. Pins.
Pins are cool.
Top shelf knows that you're not a fan of. Dan gave me this and he was like, you know, Bike's gonna give you shit.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
I didn't, though. I just smiled.
He didn't give you shit.
That's funny.
You know what? I'm so freaking done with this camera right now. There we
go.
go.
You go. Close up on Tim Day. That's funny. I'm still laughing. You can go back to that.
There we go. That'll work right there. All right. News today.
Cozy cam.
I like that. That's a little bit better. What'd you do yesterday? I know I hung out at Hoodlab yesterday. I'll talk about that in just a second. What'd you do yesterday? I feel a lot better today, by the way. I think you can tell by the way.
I can totally tell. Yesterday.
See how important it is for you to take control of the show and do your thing when you're supposed to? Do the job that you were invited here to do?
I didn't know there was going to be...
you don't know on any given day...
Physical ailments.
You don't know on any given day that you could have to take over the show.
I didn't know really what that meant. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think I ever took over. There were a couple times I was done talking and you were looking at me with these giant eyes doing sign language and mouthing words like I could hear, and I just shut down when someone starts doing that because I can't.
You just need to understand
focus.
how to do radio, buddy.
I did go to Connecticut School of Broadcasting like you, or whatever, Ohio Center for Broadcasting, and whiz all this stuff. And take.
You're a freaking douche.
Were you in a fraternity at Ohio Center for Broadcasting when you went to college?
Hey, I went to schooling. Did you go to schooling?
I had some here and there.
Did you go to schooling?
Yes, I had.
Do you have a degree at all?
I do.
What do you have a degree in? Bullshit.
Do you have to have a degree in that? If it is, I have a pretty good one.
No, I agree. You do have a pretty good degree in bullshit.
Web programming is.
By the way, you're not fined, but if a flag was thrown, you are currently under review and under warning by the 420 Council. You cannot misuse freaking pictures, dude. I understand you were trying to... Okay. This guy right here, when we switch the camera to, we're on iCannabisRadio.com now, live. Come and check us out. Listen to us live. This hoo-ha over here, this masshole, as he likes calling himself, as he's so...
Sure.
As he's so... what's the word?
Blatantly?
No. As he so kindly refers to himself as the masshole over here. Takes a picture of me yesterday after the show.
I didn't take the picture.
I took one dab.
How could I take the picture if my arm is in the picture giving a thumbs up in front of you?
You took the picture.
How did I take the picture if my
I don't care if you didn't take the picture. You still posted it.
Okay,
you created a community, dabbed the fark out.
I didn't create that community. It's been long-standing community.
Dab the fark out. Well, then why did you post me in it? You see, here you go.
I added you to the group.
No, you were clearly in violation of this situation. You're digging yourself. Okay, you should have pled the fifth.
I also posted it on my wall and tagged you. So.
You should have pled the fifth. I'm not sure, but see, you seemingly this morning try to think. There's a picture of me laying down on the beanbags that are here at Hoodlab. I am not passed out. If I was passed out, I would be gladly saying, yes, I was passed out. I was passed out. I would have been happy to have been passed out at that point.
I just tell my side of the story whenever I can.
I would exactly. Shut up, because you are on trial right now.
Let me know when I can tell my side of the story.
Because you misused it. You misused it. Ladies and gentlemen, misused something, and he tried to...
Didn't happen.
I can't think of big words today at all.
Today.
Suck. Shut up.
Today.
I'm muting your mic right now. I swear to God. He's muted. All right, now take it off. The situation is as is here, explained right now. So yesterday I had a freaking horrible headache. And we had TC Labs in the house. And TC Labs was like, CBD action up in here. And so CBD action up in here happened in my lungs. And it helped make me feel a little bit better. And I was like, you know what? Maybe if I just like flop on these bean bags before the music starts pounding and let this CBD set in, then I'll be good. This is a patient testimony. And as I take this first dab, I go at one dab. Take this dab, I go over and on the bean bags. And I try to be oblivious to the rest of the world. And you have massholes like this dick over here.
Right here.
They take pictures of you and then post your picture up on DTFO groups on Facebook. So then everybody thinks that you're part of the noob group of people that's dabbed the fark out on this 420 week. It's Tuesday in Colorado. You aren't even a Colorado resident, dude. I was born a mile high.
Butthurt alert. Butthurt alert.
Attorney General Dustin McDaniel rejects the wording on a proposal.
What the fuck is playing here?
It's a butthurt alert warning.
You're a freaking dick.
There's a difference between a masshole and a dick.
You're penalized. You are penalized 100% right now, dude.
Penalize me.
What the fuck is going here?
To legalize medical marijuana in the state again.
One of these stories is going off.
So
you're a jackass. You're pissing me off really bad right now.
But
stop digging yourself a hole.
You didn't give me my chance to rebut.
No, because you do not have a rebuttal. There was nothing legal about that picture. I posted a picture on my Facebook page of a guy yesterday from Detroit.
Yep.
That was dabbed the fark out.
Yep.
Dredd caught him. I caught him. Everybody else caught him. Okay?
Yeah. Just let me know when I can talk.
I will. There's absolutely nothing you could say that could put you in a position that you were right at all. Go.
So I'm going to go back to the...
Let's go over this.
Dan from Top Shelf said that I was going to give you a hard time about that Top Shelf extracts pin that you're wearing.
We're not talking about that.
I'm
just talking about...
We never finished that.
No, we're like, go back to... You admit you misused the situation.
Oh, I'm not going to admit anything.
You misused the situation, dude.
What I did...
You misused the situation. You abused...
Negative. Everyone in the chat room says you're a fool. Boston Steve, come on, Tim. It's not that big of a deal.
I don't give a shit.
Should have been honored, he said.
I wouldn't give a shit if it had happened. What I do care about is that you misused...
I didn't. Anyway.
The DTFO. Yes, you did. I'm throwing a flag. I would admit it 100%.
It's not...
it's disappointing.
It wasn't malicious or anything. I added you.
It was malicious.
I added you to the group, so you were going to be seeing that your picture was on there.
You seem to think that just because you didn't try to hide it, that makes it okay. But still, at the same time, you were trying to be...
All I did was
smart ass.
Take a picture.
But this is
that someone sent me.
No, we take DTFO serious, dude. Okay? You can't be posting things of pictures of people that are not dabbed the fuck out. Because it just takes away from the whole dab the fuck out, dude.
People in that room saw that picture, and they said, "Oh, there's another guy who took a dab and
they
had a hard time."
They think it is.
That's
the
all that matters.
No, that is not all that matters. Then we get to the part where you're using me.
Yes.
It's slanderous, dude. Seriously. That is part of my image there that you're damaging. I swear to goodness, and I think Warren's listening right now, I am going to have Warren sue you.
Well, here's the thing. Warren had something to say about that this morning as well.
No, he didn't have anything to say. Shut!
And in fact,
Warren can say as much as he wants. You can't.
You can't say another word until you take off your hat and show us the back of your head.
No. The back of my head is fine, dude. There's nothing wrong with the back of my head. I don't give a shit what the hell are you talking about, dude. If we bring up personal things, we will start to bring up personal things on you, Bike.
This is Facebook.
Mike's the type of person that he just keeps bringing things out of his pocket. He's like got things there, and he bring them out. He'll grab it out of the pocket. He just keeps reaching. When he knows he's lost, he's that person that just keeps reaching for something, but he just can't. See, when I reach for something, I hit the mute button, and he can't say anything. And we just defeat his drive and his passion that way. I already know easily how to get you. That picture is not a viable picture. You should take it down, really, because you've currently admitted that I grilled you. You've admitted that the picture was redonkulous. If anybody can, by the way, if anybody,
I admit your reaction is what's redonkulous.
No, I'm angry that you violated a stoner law. I shouldn't be drinking this. I really shouldn't, because
the other thing is, don't let yourself get that way in public if you don't want your picture taken.
It wasn't in public. Things were not open yet. That was behind the scenes. There was no music playing.
There was 20 guys and a couple girls in here.
It was everybody that was set up for all the booth people.
If there are people around.
You have some etiquette to learn. Remember that this is the guy that's only been one cannabis cup before?
Just one cannabis cup. Yeah, I'm a noob in this world of weed. I don't know
if anybody
can
get a picture.
Nothing.
If anybody can get a picture of me actually dabbed the fark out, starting from now on.
Listen, that picture was taken after the first dab. He went back and laid down after the second dab. We didn't take pictures then.
I don't think I went over and lay down again after the second dab. I think music started. Because I was like, I took the first dab. We're going to move on. I took the first dab and then laid down, and I was like, I
take no blame.
This is kind of helping. I feel my nostrils sort of like clearing up.
If I ever felt that way in a situation where I was going to pass out in a public situation because I dab, I would run to an alley and go behind a dumpster before I let people see me who could draw mustaches on my face or take my picture.
Exactly. If you would have tried to come over and draw something on my face, I would have been wide awake enough to punch you in the face.
Right. We don't play like that.
I was not in the most pleasant mood at that point in time.
No, you were.
But I was way better than I normally would have.
Yesterday.
No, you haven't even seen me be a grumpy bitch.
What was yesterday? Just like PMS?
You've seen the good Tim.
That was just a little.
You wouldn't make
PMS.
fun of somebody that has a disability in any other situation. And the thing is, I'm not going to claim my migraines as a disability, but
I get a disability. I get a loud mouth, and I don't have very good control of it.
Yeah, so you should
shut
the fuck up.
So leave me alone about my
Shut up.
disability. Yeah, where's our friggin' e-pen?
Driving me nuts today.
So why don't you get some news going then?
No,
I'll just shut up about the
go
picture.
Go ahead, take the show.
No, I got nothing.
I'll mute myself. Here you go.
Boop. Go ahead. Nothing. Go ahead. I'm gonna just go dab.
No, go ahead.
I didn't say anything about me wanting to take over the show. I just said, why don't you start your news, and I'll sit here and let you start your news, and you can get over it.
Live from Cannaval today.
That's right. We're in the Hoodlab. We're the only ones in the Hoodlab.
There's more people around.
There's no one in the Hoodlab.
We're live at Cannaval. iCannabisRadio.com. Live.
Hunt is on his way.
At 11 to noon.
11 to noon. What?
Will you let me talk? God, 420 week.
Listen, I'm going to go take a dab, blow it into a balloon.
No, you don't need to do it. Dude,
blow it into a balloon.
You're not taking a dab.
And then you can have the smoke from the balloon.
You're not taking a dab. You don't get to leave less than a half an hour into the show to take a dab. When I didn't even take a dab before the show,
maybe
I was
that's
busy
your problem.
putting everything together. No, I did take a dab.
Oh.
Would you shut up for a second
You just
so I
said
can
you
get
did.
to the freaking meat of the show?
I just need to know if you did take a dab or didn't, because you said both and contradicted yourself.
I took a dab like an hour before the show.
I usually take a dab a minute before the show.
I'm honestly getting frustrated as fuck at you.
I know. That's why I should go take a dab.
No, it's why I should go take a dab, and you should keep your mouth talking.
My mouth doesn't
Like,
talk
walk
much.
away, and then people can.
See, I'm not. If I was in a band, I would never be
Focus
lead
on
guitar.
you.
I would maybe be rhythm guitar, because I could only play a little bit when
No,
someone
you
has
wouldn't be
something going.
you would be like
I wouldn't be a lead
bassist
guitar.
because
Okay, I would be.
you would be the guy that would be able to walk off the stage in the
Bassist
middle
is very
and
important.
Take a couple drinks of a beer, and
The
nobody
bassist-
noticed that he's gone.
No, it's not true. The rhythm,
Yes,
the rhythm
that is
guitarist
true.
is the only one who can do that.
No, it is not the only one that could do that.
Maybe during a
The
guitar
bass-
solo, but everyone can go except for the guitarist. Then
I'm taking a hit. Go ahead. Here, no, you can have this show. I'm gonna take a hit. I'll be back.
go for it.
Take the show.
And this is the weirdest thing ever, because I really have no idea what to say in a situation like this.
Ready for me.
I have it ready for you, yes. I lined it up for me, but Tim is going to take it.
We'll show you how difficult it is to run a show.
Here, he's putting me on the spot here after he went to this fancy college in Ohio to learn how to run this board over here. And to do something like that, you have to have something to say, which I don't, except smoke weed, purge your oil, shiz like that. And I'm saying shiz. Yeah, but I hear Jim chuckle in the other room because he has no idea that, that just because he thinks he's setting me up like this, he doesn't know that I'm half Pisces. I'm on the cusp, and Pisces are known to be very vengeful, and I have to fight this shit off all the time, not to choke people. So I hope that's not my revenge on you.
I want to choke you right
Put your honey hole where you need to put it, and come on back and take your show. This is like driving. Me and Tim are driving across country in a big rig and a big Peterbilt, and I'm in the passenger seat, and Tim's like, "I gotta go take a dump," and just goes in the back to use the bathroom and hands me the friggin' steering wheel, and I have to pretend like I know how to ride an 18-wheeler, which I don't. And you're about to crash if you didn't wipe your ass and flush. You better sit down. Jesus, that ain't fun. How you feeling? How was that?
You're gonna have to keep talking.
I left you a rather large dab on that dabber. How you feeling? Is that better? Crashed like a truck. Like a fuck Mack truck.
I had to derail something.
It was interesting, to say the least. I'm glad you're back.
That was a big ass dab, though.
No excuses.
I have another one of these massive cannabis oil pills, too.
Oh, you never talked about your massive cannabis oil pill.
Big thanks to our sponsors. I will in a second. Big thanks to our sponsors on the John Doe Radio Show. I don't think you're going to find any oil over there. No, you cannot look. Here, I'll give you a little piece.
Shut the fuck up. Just give me the chunk.
I'll give you a piece. Here. No, you don't get another one that size. That's your punishment. I'm kidding. Here. Sorry, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us on the John Doe Radio Show, live from Cannaval. Thanks to our sponsors on the John Doe Radio Show who are making this thing happen Monday through Friday, 11 to 1 Mountain Time. And this week, as we said, live from Cannaval. Element 420 is a fantastic sponsor, and you should go and check out their CO2 extract. They've got other products, obviously, at their shop, 82 South Federal Boulevard. ElementFour20.com. ElementFour20.com. Fantastic people over there, and they've got a fantastic product. Also, big thanks to Warren Edson, Edson Maton and Mats.
Thank you, Warren.
Oh, today. Woo! Wait, I'll get to this. Thanks to Warren Edson. WarrenEdson.com is where you can go if you need criminal defense, cannabis consultation. Very knowledgeable and trustworthy crowd over there at Edson, Maton, and Mats. Not only do they have an office here in Denver, but they also have an office up in Aspen. So check it out if you're up in Aspen, too. And last, but obviously not least, our good friends over at Compassionate Pain Management, CompassionatePM.com. CompassionatePM.com. Those guys are great guys, doing great work over there at Compassionate Pain Management, and they've been longtime supporters of the John Doe Radio Show. I thank them very, very much. You know what I noticed? On oil that is smoked out of rigs that are extremely cold.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
It really does. It like winterizes the Earl, and the waxes and everything get stuck on the side of it. It dirties up like 10 times faster.
With cold water, absolutely.
Cold water, if the rig is cold, like the rig was outside.
It's science.
Sitting in below sub-freezing temperatures. Or in sub-freezing temperatures, I guess below sub-freezing would a minus.
I remember the first time I noticed that, and then I said, I'm going to try to take a hit with some hot water in my rig. And I said, I'm never doing that again either. I try things? What? What's
you
that?
Never cease to amaze me.
Right on. You get some news?
I have a few other things to get to.
Oh, get
first.
you some things. I got a couple. I just had enough.
God, I'm going to have to start writing things down because you're starting to get a little uppity on the JDR. He's getting a little bit uppity in this situation. All right. Something today, Keith Stroup, the founder of Normal, wrote me back. Keith Stroup, the founder of Normal. Obviously, the other day when we talked about Normal, we were harsh because I think, okay, here. Answer me this. God, I want to punch you right now.
Mirror image.
God.
Go on.
He held up his hand exactly like I held up my hand.
Tim talks like with his hands like he's Italian. And I was just letting him know.
I have plans to try and put a camera up in the corner so they can see us both at the same time. Because not only does your attitude and your voice egg on, but your body language.
I have very little body language.
No, but what little you have is also as smart ass as your damn voice. So, Keith Stroup, founder of Normal, had talked about how 5 nanograms was a good start to considering that people were impaired under cannabis.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I don't believe it. That's not the way I was raised to think.
You're such a deep person. Do you have any other thoughts on this?
Not on this particular. I don't think. I never thought. Can I even say this? I don't care. I never. What has Normal done?
We'll get to that.
Have they done anything besides being a massive tax write-off for themselves?
Ooh. I don't know. I no longer really think Normal. I cannot back them
Where
at this
have
point
they
in time.
regulated some laws? Can you name one law they've regulated? A marijuana law? Or reformed? I'm sorry.
Let me go to normal.org here. And let me pull this up. All right. So, here's what I wrote, Keith Stroup. Which none of this...
Dear Keith Stroup. Liter of
Can
normal.
you just get serious for 2 minutes today? Can you not flip
I'll
the switch?
time it. You can have all 2 minutes at the same time, or do you want to spread out over seconds?
God, the rest of this week is going to suck with you, dude. You're nuts. Let's see here. Keith Stroup. Here's what I said. Can I confirm or get clarification on some comments printed in a Colorado publication called The Daily Doobie regarding DUID? You were quoted in the interview as saying the biggest difference, quote, the biggest difference between laws is the Washington State has 5 nanograms DUIC clause. 5 nanograms is not a bad place to put assumption. If you have 5 nanograms of THC in your system, you're probably inhibited and shouldn't drive. The Colorado State toxicologist testified, this is me saying this, so he basically saying that 5 nanograms of THC in your system, probably inhibited and shouldn't drive. But I found on multiple normal websites, including Normal's site, Normal California. I mean, it's not hard to find. It really is. All you have to do is Google it or search on almost any normal site. But lists that that people test positive for over a certain amount. These amounts are over 5 nanograms. Over 5 nanograms for days, weeks at a time. So you're telling me that cannabis lasts days, weeks at a time. If you take a hit, which I'm pretty sure if you get high, the science has shown that you are at. We'll even go low market. We'll even lowball it. I'm guesstimating here from what I've seen, and this is state toxicologist testimony here, which I also wrote. You know what? I'll just read the rest of this letter. Colorado State toxicologist testified on cannabis DUID that when individuals were tested after admitting to using cannabis after a traffic infraction or accident, that levels were 20 to 25 nanograms. After cannabis use, Science and Normal's own site says people test above 5 nanograms for days at least, sometimes weeks. A case in Idaho was just dismissed because they couldn't prove impairment. How does 5 nanograms probably prove impairment? Keith Stroup, this is what he said back to me. The latest scientific research is on our website. We prefer DUID statutes that are not per se, which, I mean, if you're guilty, you're guilty. If you test above,
5, right.
You're guilty.
No arguing.
But if they insist on a per se, 5 nanograms seems about right for most smokers. It would obviously be fairer for everyone if the police had to show impairment, but many do in fact have a per se statute that is either 0 tolerance or 2 nanograms. 5 nanograms may as well be 0, because I really don't think that you can get high, be impaired as we all know impairment, which most of us wouldn't even probably feel.
It's called sleeping.
And would be at 5 nanograms and above, like easily. I don't think you can go from 0 to 5. I don't think you can. Not to mention, it would obviously be fairer for everyone if the police had to show impairment. So wait, this doesn't make sense to me. If you're saying 5 nanograms seems about right for smokers, and most smokers are going to tell you that that's not impairment, and it would be nice if the police had to prove impairment, wouldn't it be fair if we had a fair level, like 20 to 25 nanograms and not 5? Why would you throw us under the bus, Keith? Why would you do that? Like, why? This is amazing to me. Every single test that I've seen of active impairment is at 20 nanograms and above. Most of the time, 23 to 25 nanograms. State toxicologists in Colorado testified to this in DUID hearings. I'm dumbfounded.
Speechless is
This is
great.
why this is the reason why I won't stick with normal at all. kudos to Keith for sticking by his guns.
Still
But
have to know
shame
what
on
they've
you. How? I mean, 5 nanograms is not impaired.
I feel like I got to have 50 nanograms in me right now after that dab.
Am I out of line? Am I out of line? Chat room, am I out of line? I don't think I'm out of line. I'm defending your rights here. I don't think this organization has your best interests in mind with this. I think this is going to get a lot of people into trouble that don't need to be in trouble, in my opinion.
Just the money trap. They want to feel like they were getting a little sting in on us.
It's frustrating.
I'm frustrated. How do you feel about getting a bicycle?
I just don't understand it. 20 to 25 nanograms. William breathes. Tested positive.
For how many?
13 nanograms.
He had 13? And how long ago before did he smoke?
You'll test 13, 15 nanograms is the range you could probably give him. And that was like to what, 12, 13 hours? He had been sober. Hadn't smoked the whole night. He had slept and then went that morning. So I know times that I mean, you know, you sleep for a couple hours and you're like, I've always questioned people that were like, I woke up high.
I've never, maybe
I don't
once.
think I've ever really
maybe
woke
the
up.
second or third time I smoked, I did.
If I slept for like maybe 45 minutes.
And I missed that day. That was probably good 22.
Nobody's arguing that you
20,
should.
21 years ago.
Nobody's arguing that you should drive impaired. I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing that this is the 5 nanogram positive is not impairment, and this is getting people in trouble.
If I've ever been too stoned to drive, it's been for a 5-minute period because I was laughing so hard.
It's crazy, man.
And I would have loved to see how many nanograms I had in me then.
I probably got a response back because they heard back from us the other day when we were being a little bit critical of normal.
Who did we hear back from?
Keith Stroup.
Oh, after you started being a little critical of him.
All right. Denver 420 rally schedule, which Miguel Lopez from the Denver 420 rally is supposed to be here on the show. Maybe show up sometime today or sometime tomorrow. So
it'd be sweet. I'd love to know some more about what's going on
down
at the rally because there's going to be shizzloads of people. I mean, I just checked the weather. Today's our last Colorado day, per se. It's going to get it's going to be like 65, 70 for the weekend for the rally Saturday.
It's supposed to be, but see, here's the deal. Like, how is the grass going to be?
Greener on the other side if you get some roller papers and something to match. Come on down.
Oh, you cracked me up.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
You're a little crazy today. See, this is if you're like
Hoodlab, like Hood is not here.
Be like this every day. Hand me that phone right there. You should be like this every day.
You should give me more dabs every day instead of me bringing them in.
Oh, this one muted.
Get it? Oh.
Somebody from Flowrider is calling.
Oh.
You should answer it. It's Flowrider.
Just press the green button and say hello.
Flowrider.
I don't like hip hop, rap,
Okay.
whatever that.
Dude, I was in a car the other day that may or may not have had a Florida license plate in it, and somebody came up to me and yelled Tallahassee.
Did it have
and
expired?
I wanted to ram them into the damn. I wanted to be like, because like I didn't know they said Tallahassee. I just thought they were yelling at me about my driving or something. Because my driving is impeccable. This is awesome.
So,
but then I realized later in the day that there's a license plate. It was Florida, and I was like, I was like, you really shouldn't yell random things at strangers because you never know what's gonna happen. What if I would have stole that car and you would have came up on me and like I said, I thought you were saying pull over, and not Tallahassee.
Did it have expired tags on it? Because two out of three Florida license plates I see in Denver have
I don't think so.
Expired registration.
I don't think so. All right. Where did my... Wait, what was I pulling up? I was pulling up something. I was going to talk about the 420 rally.
You were gonna?
But then you went on to something else. I can't remember. I can't remember. Damn. Somebody in the chat room remind you? Did you throw it up on the advertise Facebook page real fast?
And saying, what would you like to advertise?
That the show is on, buddy.
Oh, hey now.
You should probably pay attention.
Show's on, buddy. Here, coming at you live.
Long-time listeners of the show would understand that I'm trying to sort of mold Bike here. He's doing a good job.
Mold away.
I'm kidding. God, I can't believe I forgot what I was going to look for. This is important, too. Critics. Oh, yeah, I know what I was going to look for. I got it. I knew as soon as I started talking about the rally, I was going to think of it. We were talking about the grass. It was my concern the other day, yesterday when it started snowing a bunch, that the grass was going to have a foot of snow on it.
Good thing about Civic Center Park is that there's a lot of concrete down there.
People are...
a lot of brickwork on the ground. Cement.
I guess a councilman or council woman, I got to get to the story here first, is actually concerned about the actual grass during the 420 rally. Because it's brand new, I think. We'll find out here. All right, here we go. The annual 420 marijuana rally is this weekend in Denver, and one city councilman is worried not only about the that grass, but also the grass in Civic Center Park. Holy crap, after this week, the innuendos are going to be worn the fark out. They already are, but a lot of melting snow combined with a lot of people could make for a big mess in the park this weekend, and the permit issued to organizers didn't require a damage deposit. With marijuana now legal in Colorado, this year's event is expected to be the largest ever. We're bracing for 75 to 80,000 people, Miguel Lopez said.
That means it's going to be over 100.
The event is billed as the largest marijuana celebration in the world. That park doesn't just belong to potheads, Denver City Councilman Charlie Brown said.
Potheads. Charlie Brown is the name of the city councilman.
I agree we shouldn't do damage to it, but here's the deal. And even, I don't know if...
I said Charlie Brown is the name of the city councilman?
Yes. You didn't know that?
Wah.
You didn't follow the regulations too closely, did you?
Damn.
You didn't follow regulations too closely, did you?
Tim. No, I didn't. I would have remembered a name like Charlie Brown.
I don't think even... Warren was even arguing that... Warren was arguing that they could be
He's a lawyer.
Sued,
that's what they do.
That they could be sued, the 420 rally organizers, for damages. But see, here's the thing. And it seemed like he agreed that they should probably have to pay for it. But I don't necessarily think that they should have to pay for it. Because I still think that it is a rally.
It's
become an event, and if the only reason why they do have to pay for it is because this has become... And see, this is what Warren was arguing, that they made money off of it. That they made a certain amount of money off of it so that if there was going to be any damages... They should... So I can go with that. I can go with that. But what I don't go with is that it's not a rally of public interest. It is of huge and massive public interest. I don't know if Warren would agree with me or not. He's not here, unfortunately.
He'd debate it with you.
What?
He would debate it with you.
He would. But the point is that I think the city should have to pay.
City.
I think this... Would you shut up?
I have questions.
don't
I'm
know.
highlighting points as
trying
you
to
go.
think- is he
I'm
think
making
how-
talking points.
Is he just trying to
No, I'm
see
highlighting.
how long he can go without trying to drive me nuts?
Highlighting.
He's like a.
I'm a highlighter.
He's like a. He's like your
like
the
a what?
wingman MC. Like he's like the Beat Boy MC. This.
Let me ask you this very important question: is that microphone to the left of us up and running and working?
Yes, it's.
Oh, good, because our guest is on his way. Just messaged
Are we
me.
gonna talk about hash again?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Hash, man.
It's Hash Wednesday, fool.
We'll have another hash.
Isn't this
hash.
your day that you made up and invented Hash Wednesday for the JDR show, and you're questioning if we're having a hash guest on Hash Wednesday? Yes, God damn it, it's a hash guest. It's Wednesday.
Brown
Hash
is
Wednesday.
Brown is worried because the city just completed a $9 million renovation of the park and didn't collect any damage deposit for the weekend. You know they're concerned about weed.
That's his dumbass's fault.
I'm concerned about.
Hey, 100,000 potheads want to walk on your lawn. Okay, here's a permit. I don't need any deposit for damages. Have a good weekend, guys. Try to clean up
the camera
after
was
yourselves.
on you. You didn't catch any of my funny thing. I need a camera person.
Camera.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
Who would not get a damage deposit? At least, like... Who's the pothead here? The city councilman, or... Oh, man, I totally spaced to get a deposit from these guys. Tool. Fool edition.
You know they're concerned about weed. I'm concerned about turf, Brown said. They could walk away after trashing the
They're
park.
going to steal my turf that I just laid down. These potheads will take anything as long as it's not nailed down. Turf cannot be nailed down.
They could walk away after trashing the park, especially when it's muddy, wet. This could be a disaster. We've been such a criticized event. We usually go to greater lengths to make sure the park is a lot more cleaner than other events, Lopez said, which they do usually clean it up pretty good, but there's going to be a lot of snow and mud there.
They're going to have the green team down there volunteering.
I think Pink House is running up that event.
In fact, I have a few volunteers that I got to hook them up, link them up together.
Lopez says if it was a problem, the city would stop giving him permits. Brown says it should anyway.
You shouldn't give me a permit anyway.
I just wish we would get out of this business of issuing permits for illegal activity, Brown said. This group can go find a private field, and they can rent it, and they can pay for everything as they should. Lopez suggests that would be a mistake. If we won a melee, people could perhaps continue to trash the park and other things, and that would just not be appropriate, and that's not what we want to happen, Lopez says. Mayor Michael Hancock doesn't either. His office says they weigh the risks and benefits of citing petty crimes and inciting a large crowd. It says the city is legally bound to issue permits based on an application, not the activity that actually takes place. Booyah-shaka, Mr. Brown!
Duh.
God, I hate that guy. Wait, Warren did say he found himself kind of citing, maybe? I'm not going to talk anymore about Warren when he's not here. You never feel more guilty than if you try to maybe
Try to quote someone?
alienate your
attorney?
Yeah, that's not a good thing. When he doesn't pick up your call when you really need him to,
burn.
Then that's...
Oh, you're so screwed.
It's good times on the John Doe Radio Show. Thank you.
They're amazing times.
For chilling out with us on this
They keep
wonderful
getting better.
day in the Mile High. It is a little bit chilly of a day. in
I'm
Mile
warm.
High. It's getting warmer in here. I may have to take off this jacket here in just a minute. We're in the Mile High City, obviously. We're hanging out at Cannaval at Hoodlab, 3354 Larimer Street. 3354 Larimer Street. In the... is this the Nodo? This is Nodo.
This is Rhino.
This is Rhino?
Yes, sir.
We're in the Rhino District?
We're in the Rhino District.
Rhino?
I only know
Nodo?
that because my
Lodo?
original dispensary is right down the street, and it's called that. And it's called that because this is the name of the area we are in, Rhino.
What does Rhino stand for?
Rhino. Know what I'm saying? Right, you know what I'm saying?
Lower downtown. Northern downtown. Is that what no?
No. I was questioning that. Let's just. I
don't pay enough.
Why don't we just call it what it is and stop saying loud down and creating these areas that real estate gets jacked up in because it's a cool frigging name. Oh, so it's a nickname for an area. So why can't we just call the area the area's name instead of its nickname? Lame-do. What?
Miguel Lopez, probably the 420 organizer of the rally here in Denver, gonna probably, like I said, probably be here at some point in time today. I'm not sure he'll make it to the show, but tomorrow I assume we'll have him on and talk to him about the rally and also what some of his political views are on the rally. 'Cause it's still a political event.
And that's the name. It's all about politics here. We're getting what we want, but it's still it's thickly settled in the veins of the system now.
In the Westward today, there was some quotes from Miguel, which I got his press release, which is like 5 pages long. It's so long.
This is 5 pages is long press release?
I haven't read it. Yeah, that's a long press release, dude.
Okay.
Restricting marijuana. This is a comments from the press release. God, this headphones are going out like crazy right now. Restricting marijuana purchases only an eighth at a time is a direct violation of the will of voters. Considering that amendment currently allows for up to an ounce, this is in direct violation of the will of the voters. In fact, it is probably the most in violation of the will of the voters, followed by allowing localities to determine whether marijuana can be sold or not.
I want to just later on today maybe call 3 liquor stores randomly and ask them, can I come in and buy, is there a limit at how much beer I can buy? Can I buy all of your beer if I have cash?
You can only buy 2 cases.
2 6-packs.
Only.
Whoa.
Just knocked over everything there.
Do it again.
I'm going to, God, if I would have, I would have punched you today.
Ugly.
Only 2 beers for you.
No beers. You don't want to be killing anyone.
God, I hate these stupid headphones right now.
Everything's fault.
And then, there's other things that he says.
There's stuff.
Westward.com, latest word, if you want to check out more about that. Denver 420 rally schedule. Those are the comments, if you want to check out more of the comments.
Or leave one.
Or leave one?
Leave a comment. What are you looking for?
My phone. God, you were freaking nuts today, dude. You had way too much coffee. It was that Cannabis energy drink.
I hadn't even got into that yet, but I'm about to when our guest gets here. I'm ready.
Cannabis energy drink just completely...
It didn't. I just had a Starbucks as usual.
Starbucks.
You said that pretty good, actually. Say it again.
No.
Come on.
Starbucks. No, I'm not gonna say
when you go to try, it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You better mute me.
I've got the 420 rally schedule on my phone here because it's in my email. I don't have my email up on the screen right now. Turn my phone upside down. April 20th, 2013, day schedule over at 420, 9 to 10. DJ Architect, 10 to 12:30. Pinochle, 12:30 to 1. Hemp Fashion Show by Judy Dentici.
Say it.
Shut up. Judy Dentici and Rodney Cook. Let's see. Wait, I'll just list off the highlights here. There's a wedding at 2:50 to 3. 10-minute wedding. Taylor and Harold.
The Taylor Harold wedding.
What are you eating over there?
Just a little piece of thing in my mouth.
I'm gonna mute you till you're done with it.
Would you like one?
No, I don't. I'm on radio.
Oh. Well, you just put it in your mouth like this, and no one can even tell you have it.
Oh, you can tell you have it.
No, sir.
Oh, Bike, you're nuts today.
I'm psyched, dude. The Cannabis Cup is like right down the street. We're at Cannaval. Nobody's here, but we are.
They're setting up. Cannaval gets started about 2 o'clock. Come and hang out with us. You're welcome to come hang out with us down at the show. You don't have to popularize that there's nobody here yet. There could be people here
We're not open
in the
yet.
studio audience.
We're not open yet is the point. They're not open yet.
There you go. You're getting the idea.
I'm a fan of Cannaval. I'm not an employee of an association.
Whoa, Chloe is giving the keynote, giving part of the keynote address.
Where, at the Cup?
Yeah. Where is Hunt, by the way?
Hunt said he was en route. Go ahead. Hit the green button.
Go grab that other phone over there, dude. Thank you. Keynote address given by Miguel Lopez, Larissa Bolivar, Colorado's first dispensary.
What's the first dispensary?
Now from Virginia.
Now batting from Virginia.
Rico Calibri, Rob Corey, and Chloe Villano.
Calibri from the butane company, Calibri?
No.
The lighter company?
Bike.
Well, I'm just asking questions. How would that not be a simple question to answer yes or no without going, bike? How?
Can I get through something?
Go for it. I gotta go look for our guest. I'll be back in a minute.
Thank you. For once, thank you. Oh, jeez. That guy is nuts today. What the heck is going on with him? He needs to be more like this so I can get used to it. I can get a rhythm. Don't tell him, but it's probably not his fault. It's probably my fault that I'm just not catching the rhythm. Because isn't he a little wild today? He's a little bit crazy. All right, let's see, some more highlights here. 420. Johnny Denver, Barrington Levy, and Hypnotic play for 20 minutes. And then a closing speech at 5:25 on 420 from Tim Tipton, Tiny Martinez, and then Pinochle plays at 5:40. I am not a fan of Tim Tipton. I don't think many people that have done business with him are. Special performance on April 20th, starting off at 9 a.m. by DJ Architect. There's a 2-day event, remember. And let's see here. Keynote address at 2:50. Keynote address at 3:20. From 3:20 to 4:20, it says here, keynote address, Miguel Lopez. Hour long. And yeah, that's going to do it for that. And then like 4 other pages of press release. Which, man. You should support the 420 rally because it's the 420 rally. I'm not necessarily saying I agree with all of Miguel Lopez's politics and everything that he says and does. People in Denver would understand. All right, let's get through a few more headlines before these guys get in here. We got a few more. Oh, they're already in here, or he's already in here. Is he here? Illinois House is expected to vote Wednesday on a bill, House Bill 1, that would create a medical marijuana pilot program. It would allow physicians who have existing relationship with a patient to prescribe marijuana for certain conditions. Under the provisions of the bill, patients would be limited to buying 2.5 ounces at a time from dispensaries licensed and regulated by the state. They would be prohibited from growing their own marijuana, and both patients and caregivers would have to undergo a background check. Which is ridiculous. The vote in the House is expected to be close. If it passes, the legislation still must go to the Senate. Governor Pat Quinn said last week his staff members have been involved in drafting the bill, but that he hasn't made a final decision on whether he would sign it, saying, "We'll take a look at the final product." Nearly 250 Illinois physicians endorsed the proposal Tuesday, hoping to give a boost to the legislation one day before anticipated vote. Representative Lou Lang. He's our man.
Now batting, Lou Lang.
That's the guy in Illinois, always bringing up cannabis bills. And other supporters have been trying to legalize medical marijuana for several years. A measure passed the Senate in 2009, but fell short in the House, where just 6 Republicans voted yes. No bill since has made it to the floor vote in either chamber.
I got to step in when you get a second here. Someone has a good point in the chat room. Going back to your.
All right, wait a minute. While several Democratic House members said this week the physician's endorsement, because there was a physician's endorsement.
Yes.
Could win yes votes from undecided lawmakers. Many said lawmakers who are on the fence may choose not to favor the bill out of fear their potential challenger during the 2014 election could manipulate their vote. They said this vote could easily be misinterpreted to show lawmakers favoring the bill are endorsing marijuana uses, not just its medical use. Politics is some shiz, man. Some shiz. Which is ridiculous. Why would... what's funny is that politicians are openly admitting that they're not trying to support something because they could have it used against them. Shame on that. Why would you vote a politician back into office if that politician didn't support something that you were into?
For reals.
Why would you do that? Why would you put a politician back in office? Why would you put a politician in the office that says that? Period. I mean, not just something that doesn't agree with you, but something that even if they did agree with you, they're not going to do because they don't have the balls to do.
It's
we're willing to sacrifice we're willing to sacrifice the will of the people to stay in office. That's what that politician says. It's bullshit. Crap. Bull crap. What is the chat room saying?
Dip Cakes makes a good point. My interpretation of Dip Cakes' voice as follows, and I quote, "Why would the city, i.e. taxpayers, have to pay the pickup after Miguel's party? Why should he be making $20,000 plus and stick the taxpayers with the bill?" Huh, Tim? Huh?
You can't read shit in that voice. That makes me laugh. I think that because there is a crazy amount of people that have showed up
Is Miguel making
and
20
established this
plus?
situation. See, here's
Is he
the
making
thing.
2 stacks?
Shut up!
I need to know these questions.
Because I want to explain it good and well and proper. This event is established as a rally, as a political event. People show up from all over. It's not just Miguel's event. I'm not arguing the fact, hey, how's it going, man? When he gets his tattoo shop open, Dave does? Oh, we're going to have him on. Oh, I forgot your mic wasn't on. Yeah, when he gets his tattoo shop on, we're going to go up there and we're going to do shows from that. I'm not turning... Here's the deal. I'm not saying that Miguel shouldn't necessarily have to pay for this event, but I don't agree that it has become Miguel's event. Maybe I'm not letting myself admit that it's becoming Miguel's event, but this is still a political event. I still think that this is a huge event that, more and more people every year are going to show up to, and until it becomes a situation where cannabis is legal throughout the United States on a federal level, people don't still run the risk of being thrown in prison for ridiculous amounts of time, that this is still an extremely important political event. And it's way more important of a political event now, possibly, than it ever was. Not necessarily just an important event here in Colorado, but an important event to everybody across the world because of what we've done here in Colorado. The message that it sends is huge. And I agree that it needs to be done properly. We need to clean up after ourselves. We need to be ambassadors of this cause. That's what I've harped all week, is that be responsible, have fun with what we're doing. I mean, but I think that All right, I'll turn your mic back on. But I think that, yes, that maybe in that sense that maybe if the money starts, if the event starts making a bunch of money, that we should give back and clean up after ourselves. It should start to support itself. Yes, I do agree. I do agree on that. But take away that situation where there's money involved in it and, you know, a bunch of stoners coming and, which I say stoners with a big hug because it's 420 week. You know, here I'm going to hug the mic. Oh, that's a big hug. Oh, some guy just punched me in the face.
I was about to.
I mean, if it wasn't a money-making situation, that's where it kind of gets shaky. So, yeah, I guess, yes, I can agree with you that we should probably pay for cleanup. How much would cleanup be? It probably wouldn't be that expensive.
We got all these
If it wasn't making money, I think the city should be paying for it, though. Yes.
Green Team's volunteer basis.
That's what I meant. I hate thinking that it's Miguel's event, though. I think that's why he's the organizer.
It's everybody's event, but this is happening because of Miguel.
And I've heard how much money he makes. I don't know how much money is made on the event.
What have you heard?
I'm not going to sit here and give rumors or anything. I'm not protecting anybody. I'm just not going to give in the rumors or anything.
With the fact that it's a rumor.
I don't know.
What rumor did you hear?
You just said an amount, so we'll go with your amount. I'm not saying whether or not I agree with it.
I was quoting someone in the chat room.
Everybody's getting here kind of straggling in.
Dip cakes. Yes, the stragglers are coming in.
Yesterday, though, was pretty awesome. How many people there were out here having fun. Yesterday, here at Cannaval, there was a hamburger eating contest. A hamburger eating contest, dude. I couldn't watch it. It was disgusting.
How many did the winner eat and how long of a time?
I don't know. I couldn't eat it. I was thinking. I was trying not to think about the
OG burgers from the food cart or McDonald's or.
They were the Hood Chef burgers.
Oh.
And I couldn't watch it because it was just absolutely disgusting. Disgusting to watch it. But this guy won like a plate full of gear, just tons of gear, and then like a lifetime supply of papers.
What?
There's some hashish.
They get some games like that?
Straight up won hashish.
What? How much hash did he win?
I have no clue.
I want to.
May or may not have. I don't know if he actually did or not. That was word of mouth rumor there. But it was fun times here at the Cannaval yesterday. I would speculate that today going to be even funner. Because
more funner?
Because
today?
Yesterday was more fun than Monday. So if you go by graph, then we're on an uphill climb here. It would be a disappointment if we went down.
This is Haggett's favorite song.
I don't think it's going to be. I'm no longer going to acknowledge your bitching and moaning about this song. This is going to be one of the best days that you can get down here, too.
Because it's Wednesday.
Because I'm telling you right now, tomorrow and Friday are going to be nuts. Woo!
It's going to be warm and sunny.
No, tomorrow and Friday are going to be absolutely insane. Like, I'm talking
it'll
packed.
Be a notch or two down from insane.
Nobody can breathe.
Keep it in check.
Nobody can breathe.
Everyone's going to be able to breathe. It's not going to be
jam-packed.
a problem. There'll be plenty of room with lots of people.
There's going to be a ton of people, man. Like jam-packed. Friday or what is it? What is Friday? Friday's the 19th. Saturday the streets will be blocked off.
For a 400 square mile radius around the Exdo Center.
Streets will be blocked off, and there will be like thousands and thousands and if they're expecting like 80,000 people to the. Well, that's what Miguel said. That they're expecting 80,000 people to the 420 rally at Civic Center Park.
They are.
This place is gonna be jam packed,
and every place in between here and there.
Just spread it around to your friends, word of mouth. That sounded kind of dirty. Don't spread around cup cough, please, though.
What? What do you put in your mouth?
Don't spread around cup cough.
Careful what you put in your mouth. How do you know if you're spreading it around?
At some point in time, you're going to learn how to.
You're on camera, by the way, so when
back.
you try to cover up and mouth something to me, they can see it. I can see it.
The audio is way more important to me.
Okay. So write down a note for me what you wanted to say. Yeah.
Bike.
I know. I mean, the cat's out of the bag at this point.
All right. 3354 Larimer Street. That's where you can go and hang out with us.
Come on down.
A stony group of people.
Only the stony.
I thought you said somebody was coming down.
Minutes from now, we'll have a special guest from a more southern Colorado location.
I think you
More
just
southern
wanted
here.
to take a break there a minute ago.
I did.
I'm no longer going to start trusting you. You're like the boy who cried wolf, dude.
I just needed to get away from you so you could calm your ass down with your sad-ass story for a second.
I wasn't having a sad-ass story.
Well, there's a picture of me online where I'm sleeping. Oh, no.
No, dude, that was well after the story.
You were still going off.
You smoked too much weed.
I don't hardly smoke any weed. Tonight?
You're just worried,
All
dude.
right.
I'm keeping you muted the whole damn time, the rest of the time. You can go off now anytime. I'll just do the rest of the show. I'm just... we're not going to go with your guest.
It's too late. I already told them to come.
Too bad. You're going to have to break it to them that they're disappointed. You're going to have to break the disappointing news that they're no longer on the show. Okay, he's back on the show. He'll have hash. That still doesn't mean your microphone comes on. I can do an interview myself.
I need to hear myself in the headphones. Tonight!
I told you, dude. If you do it again, you're going to get muted. All right, here's your warning. If you sing the song ever again, you get a mute button. If my frustration level goes beyond a 7, you get a muting. You know why? Otherwise, I'll just lose my cool.
How cool? You have to have cool in order to lose it. Why is the door
Somebody
open?
go
Someone
shut
bought
that
it
door.
at a barn?
Go shut the door,
We're on a
dude.
radio show.
Go shut the door. You go shut the door.
All right.
Oh. Mike thinks you guys were born in a barn. Look at the kind guys that gave us the awesome jars, and you're yelling at them.
I mean, I think they have doors in California too, don't they?
By the way, these no-goo jars, I don't know if you can call them a jar because it's not glass. I'm a little bit partial to glass. But these no-goo containers are fantastic. Fan-diddly-tastic. They don't stick. I said it on the
That's called a board.
Shut up! You'll get muted again.
You sound like Kelly from the Shoes video when she's like, "Shut up."
This
Shut
board,
up.
I set it on the board over here, and it kind of like got warm, and it would have stuck to the plastic had it been plastic, but it didn't stick there.
Let me see.
Check that out.
I can't.
No, you have one.
Not here.
Put your own hash in it.
I just want to see a cup.
Put your own damn hash in it. It's pretty cool. This little thing right here.
That thing. Silicone.
Wiggy, wiggy, wiggy. I'm not handing over the hash to you.
I just want to see it for a
No.
second.
You don't get it.
Come on, let me see it.
Nope.
Come on, I'm bringing a guy in who's going to smoke his hash with you.
Okay.
And you don't even want to let me see your hash with my eyes.
No.
I'm not using my lungs
You'll get
to
up
see
and,
it.
You will get up and smoke it.
I have to walk past you in
I
order to
don't
do
care.
that. I know. I'm not going to do that, though.
I got hash on the
You're
mouse here.
You're wasting it already.
All right, more news, more headlines this week. Backers of legalizing recreational marijuana use in Alaska won a 2014 vote. Alaska voters may get the chance next year to make their state the third in the country to approve the recreational use of marijuana by adults 21 and older. Hey, you guys can turn on music out there too if you want. It's no issue. Don't worry about us. Do I want to dab?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to dab. You didn't ask you, dude.
I was talking to my,
He didn't
my
ask
old
you.
buddy Dave Guzman.
Dave,
Right back.
did you ask me or did you ask him?
Right on.
You were supposed to say me, dude. Listen to this. The next time that he bitches that he's doing a radio show and he can't do something, we're calling him out on this. Backers of the move on Tuesday took a first step towards getting the measure on the August 2014 primary ballot. 3 prime sponsors of the effort filed their application, small print, for an initiative petition along with signatures from what they say are at least 100 other supporters with the state lieutenant governor's office. The group is led by Tim Hinterberger, an associate professor at the University of Alaska Anchorage. The 2 other prime sponsors are Bill Parker and Mary Reff, according to Gail. Oh, man. We'll just say according to Gail. He's not here to call me on it. And I'm not looking in the chat room, so we'll just pretend nobody's here. She's the state elections director. The measure would tax and regulate marijuana sales and allow Alaskans to cultivate marijuana for personal use. Among other things, it would allow the legislature to create a marijuana control board, though until then, the Alcohol Beverage Control Board would regulate marijuana sales. Alaskans aged 21 and older could legally possess up to an ounce of marijuana under the proposal, or 6 marijuana plants, 3 of which could be mature. If state officials decide everything's in order after a 60-day review, backers will have until mid-January to get signatures from another 30. 169 people, 10% of the number who voted in the last general... Wait. 300... Wait. I'm trying to see what's going on over there. Listening over there for a second and strayed. I'm glad Bike's not here to call me on that. I'm glad nobody else is either. 3,169 people. 30,169 people. Oh, there he is.
You're up, Tim. Go ahead.
I have to finish a news story. Hold on. I'm fumbling already. You guys are distracting me. 30,169 people. 10% of the number who voted in the last general election. Wait, it's 420 week.
Yes.
Here you go, Bike. Read the story.
I'm not going to read anything.
You are going to read this story. How am I going to go do a dab then?
Well, I was just going to talk about the dab I just did.
How can I count on you for news?
All right, well...
Go ahead, go.
Bring up the story. Show me the story. Show me the story.
Go, just go.
No, I need the story because I have nothing to say now.
No.
I did a dab and it was good. Now let me see the story.
I was throwing you a volley there.
And now I'm asking for it at this
and
point.
You didn't get it. Nope, too bad.
Anyways, I've been bitching for a long time. I think I made a status update the other day that said, "Where are the goddamn Girl Scout cookies already?" And granted, that was a few days ago, but Dave Guzman just came in the door and had some Girl Scout cookies oil. And yeah, thanks, Dave. It was tasty. I'm having a thing where I think I'm starting to like quartz better than titanium, and this is on a really conversation that I can have by myself because Tim is way more fun to argue with, especially over this subject. Hold on, I'm going to steal his hash real quick. Don't tell him. All right. When he starts freaking out about his hash, you guys don't know that I have it. And find me later and I'll dab you out. But I'm about to yell for Tim here because, as you can probably tell, I don't really have much to say unless Tim's talking. When I can troll him or I could just comment. And here's my girlfriend just sent me a message here on Facebook, and let me see what it says. It says, I don't want to read that message out loud, MJ. I almost did, but be careful what you send me while I'm on the air because I could just be reading a news story and that pop up, and I might just read your message, and I can't be reading that message out. Look at Tim. He just inhaled. I don't know what he's smoking. As far as some Albert Walker, because that was my second choice of the oil. But Tim is like taking his goddamn skinny ass time over there and smiling at me and like he's going to be taking another dab. Doesn't even give a shiz that, well, at the same time, at least he mutes me enough, but he trusts me enough to be sitting here with his radio show. Because this ain't mine. I don't want to take any credit for this mess. But here comes the mess. Just walked in. Here he comes. Here he goes, and yeah, I can't say enough about it, how much I appreciate Tim giving me this opportunity to be on this show with you guys. So thanks again. Here's Tim.
What kind of shit did you talk?
I was just praising you.
Man, that is great. Greens. Which was it that we hit? Was it the Albert Walker or the whatever it was?
You probably hit the Albert Walker, which I almost did. It smelled better than the Girl Scout cookies.
So smooth,
but
dude.
the frigging hype got me with the cookies.
Wait, Dave, what did I hit?
Albert Walker.
Which one did I hit? The Albert Walker, which is smooth as shiz, dude.
That's a Washington strain.
Nice. Thank you, Dave.
LSD is another Washington strain. Did you know that?
LSD?
Do you know what LSD stands for?
What does it stand for?
What have you heard that it stands for?
I mean, LSD.
Yeah. Well, no, the strain of cannabis.
I don't know. I don't know what the cannabis strain stands for.
Oh, okay. It's Longshoreman's daughter.
Longshoreman's daughter?
A lot of people say lemon sour diesel. I've heard, I think maybe a couple other ones, but it's Longshoreman's daughter.
What'd you talk about while I was gone?
I just said I really don't know how to do a radio show, and I just said, well, I don't want to sound jaded and feel jaded, but what an amazing opportunity this is to have, because like I'm sitting at Hoodlab right now where Cannaval is going on, and I feel lucky as hell to be able to have this opportunity to sit here where this is like ground zero of marijuana for the biggest weed holiday. And
tomorrow and Friday are going to be nuts.
So thanks a million for having me. If I haven't told you, I really appreciate it.
Today's the day to come and
it's
chill.
a lot of fun.
Today's the day to come chill.
Mm-hmm.
And Thursday and Friday is going to be like the day to come and freaking party your ass off. Party!
I didn't want to give you a buzzkill earlier, but because I know I'm pretty sure it gets fixed when it gets replayed. But everyone in the chat room is saying we're lagging.
We're live.
I know, but we're lagging. There's skipping going on.
All right.
And this microphone is as big as my head.
It is probably as big as your head. Let's see here. Damn it.
What's up, Willie Hempseed? I see you out there.
In the winter of 1972, 20 young women took part in one of the weirdest scientific experiments this country's history. For 98 days in a downtown Toronto hospital, their brains, hearts, kidneys, livers, blood, and urine were rigorously tested and analyzed. A team of nurses kept round-the-clock records of their behavior, logged at half-hour intervals. Just how was marijuana affecting the 10 who had to smoke it every day? 41 years later, these women are still wondering what exactly happened to them during their 3 months stretch as human guinea pigs. That's a weird story, isn't it?
I don't understand why they'd want to know that when they just ask someone. What's it like every half an hour when you smoke weed?
I just saw that. Thought I'd throw that in there. I thought you'd have something.
That was interesting. I mean, I'm trying not to take
I knew
the
figured to throw
out.
something crazy at you because you would have.
I didn't want to take the easy way out and make the fecal jokes that you set me up for. I walked right through that.
You can listen to the John Doe Radio Show
without skipping and lagging
at johndoeradio.com for the audio, and iCannabisRadio.com has video up and when it gets up. St. Louis Board of Aldermen vote to reduce penalties. What are you doing?
Guess this here.
Vote to reduce penalties for marijuana possession. Jail still an option. And before our guest gets here, Arkansas Attorney General rejects wording of medical marijuana plan. So Arkansas should probably be on the lookout for that. I have found out there's a Snoop Lion 420 mansion party on 420 that happens in LA, which is streaming live online. You can check that out all over the place. Marijuana policy groups kick off D.C. legalization campaign with a poll showing how many D.C. people would vote for it and against it. Poll was sponsored by the Marijuana Policy Project, the Drug Policy Alliance, and financed by Dr. Bronner's Magic Soaps, the company that's backed legalization referendums in 4 states. Fantastic company, by the way. If you need some soap, New poll, which did not report a margin of error, found that a racial disparity, but less dramatic one. Both white and black residents favored Colorado, Washington-style legalization, though by different ages. 77 to 19 for whites, 53 to 38 for blacks. Same goes for the decriminalization question, which was supported by 85% of white residents and 69% of black residents. There is evidence that national attitude on marijuana policy has changed in recent years, says this story. Well, no shit. I think that's a given. I think that is probably a given in this situation. And that's all I got for some headlines for today. Today, going to be a lot of awesome music down here at the lab. You should come down and hang out with us, 3354 Larimer Street, if you're in town for the Cannabis Festival going on this week, which has become a whole Cannabis Festival week. And then 420 happening this weekend. Hopefully, everything melts away quickly, because there is quite a bit of snow on the ground in the grass area that where the 420 rally would be taking place. There's quite a lot of snow. It would be an interesting time. I said that it would be fun to have a snowball fight. I still agree with that. I still do agree with that. But I don't think as many people would show up as if there weren't. If there were no snow out there, 10 million more people would have showed up. Exactly 10 million. Good times on the JDR. If you'd like to find out more also about the Cannaval, you can go to Facebook. There is a Facebook page there is a Cannaval Facebook page that explains all the dates, everything that's going on the rest of the week. Cece just walked in. Good morning, Cece. I'm doing good. We were just talking about today's Cannaval. Yes. Am I saying it wrong? Is it Cannaval?
Or Cannaval.
People think it's when I say Cannaval, they cannibal, like cannibal, like I'm gonna eat you, cannibal.
I've even heard people say Cannaval.
Good times. Cannaval. Games, booths, rides, warmth, food, Colorado culture, and more, all rocking and rolling at Hoodlab today for Cannaval, 3354 Larimer. If you need the address, make sure you come down and hang with us. We'll be Cannaval's gonna be open today, 2:00 till 10. It is now currently 1:30 high noon here in the Mile High, and I'm extremely excited today. I was telling Bike earlier, Cece, that. Not only do I think today is maybe one of the best days to come in and hang, it may be probably one of the only days left to come in and hang, because tomorrow and Friday are just going to be absolutely off the hook. Everybody's going to be wall to wall. It's going to be bonkers because everybody and their mother is descending in on the city for 420. It's going to be crazy.
Sure. No, I agree with you. And today is going to be pretty cool because we got the American Jungle crew. And it's
Does this sound like, is this drum and bass music?
Yes, it is. And of course, Adam and I were really happy because we're real bass heads for the past 15 years. So, and
yesterday was a day of dubstep.
Yeah, kind of grimy.
Grimy. I had dubstep stuck in my head when I woke up this morning.
The real dubstep is coming on Saturday with the submission. That will be heavy dubstep evening. So
starting to get a little bit more lively.
So today's in the name of old school and bass and drums, and drum and bass. Yeah.
Nice, nice. It's gonna be fun. Only $10 to get in.
Yeah. No,
only $10 to get in.
It's a bargain.
Come and hang with us. It's warm. Everybody. I mean, we may say it's cold. It's not really cold in here. It was cold in here when I got in here, but I warmed it up for everybody. Turn on the heaters, and by the way, you guys can put that heater back in the green room because it might be a little bit cold in the green room.
No, it's nice and warm here. Huh? Lab.
It is nice and warm. I turn on the heat.
You bring the warmth.
Derek let me in. I actually was waiting outside for a minute in the cold, and I turned on the propane heater outside and sat in front of it.
Yeah, nice.
And then Derek showed up, and then we lit a fire in the middle of the Hoodlab over here. No, I'm kidding. She looked at me like, what? I think Bike's still trying to wrangle in our guest. Are you wrangling our guest yet? What the hell's going on?
I'm looking for him.
Huh?
He said he was here. I'm looking for him parking.
He said he's here. Are you sure you gave him the right address?
I told him 3354. Am I muted or 3354 Larimer Street?
And he's still not here.
His message 3 minutes ago says,
"Shame on you, dude.
I'm here." Shame on who?
All right, we'll just sit down then until he does get here. Or are you trying to still look for him?
There's a bag on my seat.
Well, set the bag on the floor. Kindly and gently. Cannaval's open today from like 2 p.m. 2 p.m. To 10 p.m. Tons of great events going on. And the Cannaval events are just awesome. There's an event out there where you have a dabber that's on the end of this robot claw.
Armatron.
This Armatron. Everybody's talking about how it's like, I have this, I had this. It's like a timed game where it levers with this robot arm where yabba dabba do. That's what I'm talking about. But the thing is, everything's upside down and you have to get it within a certain amount of time. So it's like you're like sitting here farking with this thing. You're going up and down and then sideways. And the thing's going that. I got it pretty quick because I'm good like that as shit.
Oh, you're really good.
And some of the other games are pretty cool too. Like you were right yesterday about the
I know.
The
strongman hammer game, or whatever
hammer
you call
game.
it.
There is a hammer game out there.
The mallet, when you take the giant mallet and you swing it over your head. Did you just notice our guest is here? Did you saw the corner of your eye?
No.
Oh, notice.
Knew our guest was here.
Oh, right
you
on.
think I don't know what's going on in my own radio show?
Yeah, let me introduce you to our guest, because this is the second time this has happened that I've known someone on Facebook for quite a while and talked to him and never met him in person. This is my friend Giddy Up.
How's it going?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
Not too bad. I ventured this weather out here to come see Cannaval. Come see how everything.
Did you come up to check out the party today?
I came up.
Right on. So, what's going on? Tell me all about what you got going on.
Oh man, this is 420. It's our busiest time of the year.
Are you doing the Emotek thing?
Yeah, Emotek Labs is pumping out with a new manufacturer. We got a new.
Well, just go. Oh yeah.
Go help him with this thing, dude.
We got a new design on our model that we think is more efficient, and we're looking forward to debuting it here in the next couple days.
What are we talking about here? We have no clue what the hell we're talking about.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me tell you about Emotek. Emotek Labs is a producer of closed-loop solvent extraction units. As far as I know...
Hold on a second here.
There we go. Emotek makes closed-loop solvent extraction systems. As far as we know right now, we've got the most high-tech extraction unit on the market under $250,000. But
it's fine. It's not going to stay there. You don't have to.
We're not a professional unit here.
It's all good.
We are extremely.
Roll a little hood. It's all good. But yeah, our new machines are really impressing our customers. We've had a lot of success.
You're international now, from what you were telling me now, right?
Yeah, we've actually been contacted from Spain, England, Holland. Looking forward to meeting some of those guys that are actually coming in for the Cannabis Cup this weekend. But feels good to reach out and have your product seen all over the world and get calls that you have to have a translator for.
I bet that must be crazy. How long has the Emotek system been going?
The Emotek system's been going as a company before, back when I started my own. It's been going for a little over 2 years now.
Wow, just 2 years.
Just 2 years. Well, we never really had a reason to make a company. We just had the extractors and we used
you were just
them.
running it yourself and.
Yeah, after a lot of the change came because of House Bill 1284 here in Colorado, we worked real closely with the fire department to kind of see what they wanted on the solvent extraction side, and that's when we designed our newest model of the Obi line to make them all fit exactly what the fire department wanted to see.
So there would be no questions as far as safety goes if there was ever a regulation set on that?
Exactly. Well, what we've done is we just made it to standard of what already exists in other industries, and we followed the rules that were already set in place for other companies that have to do extraction and have to use chemical solvents indoors. I tell you, when they first showed up and found out about my machine, they wrote me 3 pages full of fire code violations.
Right from the beginning?
Oh, from the first time they laid eyes on it. And
they were just intimidated, or what? Or
well, what happened is our fire inspector came into our facility at our MIPS, had taken pictures of our lights and everything like that, and he goes, "What's this?" So this big old stainless steel contraption. I said, "I was wondering if you were going to ask about that." It's one of our extraction machines. And he said, "Well, I'll be right back. I got to get my camera."
Oh, no.
So he comes back in, takes a few pictures, makes a few private phone calls, and I'm just sitting around waiting for some kind of hammer to drop, Next thing I know, the head of hazmat, the assistant fire chief, comes walking in, and they start questioning me about its production.
This is at your MIP?
Yeah, in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
And they said, we see that this is a safer design than what we've seen with people just using tubes, but this is still not up to our standards. So we spent that was the first year of our company actually forming.
It was a couple years ago now.
Right.
Okay.
That was when we actually had to form a company, get all of our stuff together, go through the right channels of having it produced, having it tested, and make sure we knew all the qualifications it needed to meet, because that's not the fire department's job.
Right.
The fire department doesn't know all that. They just know.
They just need to know that it's certified safe.
Exactly. So we spent the next year redesigning it, getting it safe for fire code. And,
wow. So, and just the fact that you had to go through all that, you said, well, let's see if other people are interested in this technology. Now that you know it's up to code and it works the way you want, is that how it all started, basically?
Well, in the process of us, getting it to fire code and making it so that we would have one that would work, we started to realize that there was somewhat of a war on butane, and at the state level, you saw it in California, and we kind of expected it to follow suit. We just wanted to make sure that in the end that there was a safe alternative to making butane, so that the product itself wasn't detrimentally hurt for patients.
Sure, so it was safe, absolutely.
Right, and after our working with the fire department, they're real happy when we call them and say, "Hey, there's a company here in Colorado that's purchased our units, and we're working with them to make sure that it's safe." They love to hear it.
Sure, because they already know.
Yeah, they've already been through the process with us. They know what we're doing and how we're doing it, so it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I could imagine that just makes you probably feel pretty good. In fact, that it's you made something that's, according to the state, a sign of quality.
It really does. I never would have imagined over the last couple of years how many changes and how much work and how much reading would have been involved to get it to be something where everybody wanted to see. But it worked out, and we're making sales and taking deposits and keeping the tank alive.
All coming out of Colorado.
All out of Colorado.
Are you using anything? Have you tried anything else besides butane in these machines?
We've done butane and propane mixtures because we heard we think that the propane pulls out more terps and things like that.
It's an accelerant, or it pulls out more terps. Right, I never really heard that before.
Butane itself, is expansive gas, and the way we've created our machines, you don't need propane.
Right, because the pressure is already there.
Right, because of the way we apply the pressure.
Sure.
So as getting it to expel out, under more pressure, we didn't never use it for that purpose. But
sure.
What we had heard from other extract artists, and I know a lot of extract artists all over the country.
Sure.
West Coast Cure, Wheezy, Chalice Earl, Big D. Everybody's pretty partial to the solvents that they use, and one thing that they all have in common is a little bit of propane.
Sure.
So we had tried it out and put it through. We didn't really see any real difference.
Like a mix of N-butane and propane?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
wow.
We didn't really see a difference in yield. We kept pretty strict notes on how much went in, how much came out.
That's very important when running these machines, especially because it's a new thing.
Exactly.
You're creating the standards in a way.
And one of the benefits of working with the people at a cut above was that we had very high quality product to run through it, and it was consistent. Same grow method,
That's
same
nice.
process. So it was all the same genetics.
So you knew what to expect before you even ran the machine.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And even when we ran, the same product from the same batches and the same grows with the other solvents,
Mm-hmm.
there was absolutely no difference that we could see.
Wow. Yeah, because I've heard different things about the way different solvents grab whatever they're extracting, and some of them definitely grab a lot more than others, for sure.
Definitely, butane is widely known as one of the cleanest solvents,
yeah.
in
Can
the
be.
chemical world, right?
Yeah.
So when you start going back to like isopropyl alcohol, those are things that are very aggressive. They leach out a lot of the materials that you're not trying to pull. But at the same time, there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat, and I've seen some of the most beautiful extracts done off of Quiso washes, isopropyl extracts.
I've smoked some recently, some nice ISO.
I'm
It's
looking.
not the same as Quiso, though.
Well,
Quick ISO wash is the way we've always heard it.
it's
stuff the way that what you're smoking is not Quiso.
okay. Well, if you want to be technical about it,
No, it's not. You're not even being technical about it. It's not a quick wash.
oh, I bet you it's a
way that
really
it's-
quick wash. The way they're doing it over at Pink House.
If you don't do a quick wash, your product is
It's
never
black
live.
and green.
All right, I've tried to get Steve for quite a while. Steve's method, I don't think, is a quick wash. I don't think it's a full quick wash. It's not like you're thinking quick wash.
I don't think he's sitting there with a mason jar and coffee filters and counting to 20 as he shakes and then pouring it out. That's like Quiso, but is that what you're talking about?
You're
Giddy Up?
insulting his hash by saying that it's a quick wash, because
Quick
not
wash is
necessarily
a
a fan
very
of Quiso.
it's a very simple process. Doesn't take a lot of talent to do it. It's not the only process for doing isopropyl, but quick wash, like you were referring to,
Sure.
quick wash. That's how I started with isopropyl.
Same here. It was the first cup of hash I ever made. Well,
it was a key to a mighty big door.
I bet. I mean, I still have pictures of the first ISO I made, and some of it looked like maple syrup, some of it looked like heroin powder. I mean, some of it looked like black tar.
One of the best ISO extractors I've ever met. He's from California. His name's Useless, and he made stuff that looked like bars of Dove soap.
No way.
Yeah, it was just so beautiful and wide. He did a really good job. He was one of the first people to actually steer me in the right direction of extraction, way back in the day.
Controlling your environment is
Yeah.
what it's all about. So, what are you doing down in Colorado Springs? Are you guys processing for other centers down there?
Well, I process for a cut above right now. We're outfitting. Their lab is completely done now, and I'm actually looking to move up to Denver. Possibly.
No way.
Yeah, I want to
look out, Denver.
Want to get out of the Springs and come up here and play around.
We need more hash up here. We need to be making quality hash up here. There's a lot of good hash up here.
There is.
There's a couple clowns. Serious. Tim forgot to ask me yesterday, but I want to ask me today because I want to ask you about this later. But so what do you? I'm
not going to remember later.
Well, I was just kind of setting a bug in my ear. But Giddy, what are you getting? What's more popular down in the Springs? Are you making a lot of shattery stuff or more whipped butter? Or
surprisingly, butter and wax is it tends to be more popular just by going off what our sales are.
Not surprised.
I've seen a lot of shatter places that that have their own market for shatter. It just kind of depends on what side of town you are.
Okay.
You get south of Fillmore and everybody starts smoking wax.
Wow, section nut like that. You can't do that here.
It's weird when you can actually see where your product's going, and everybody on the south side orders half as much shatter as the guys on the north side.
Something in the drinking water down there or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. I couldn't imagine here would be all over the place because. There's definitely still a huge market for. Yeah, it's all about where the money is, and very few people will cater to just what something wants. They'll cater to the masses in general, and unfortunately, that's what we have to deal with in a way. And it's not the worst thing in the world.
I mean, in a perfect world, I would have 8 arms, and I would be making ISO extract. Solventless extract, as it's called, and BHO.
Why don't you remind everybody who we're talking to here?
This is Giddy Up from. Are you from Emotek Labs or are you from Cut Above?
Is that your name?
He's from Oklahoma.
Is that your actual name?
Yeah.
Is it on your driver's license? Giddy Up.
I wrote it with a magic marker, but it's still on the
license.
license.
I'm kidding, man. I'm just giving you shit. I'm giving you shit. That's awesome. That's cool.
Everyone knows Giddy, and he knows him by Giddy Up. So
nice.
That's how I know him, and we'll never think of him as anything else.
I told somebody my real name once, and it just confused them.
You don't need to know. It's easier. It's a small hash world.
It's a very small hash
staked
world.
Your claim as Giddy Up for sure. So I was also going to ask you, as far as, are you doing any winterization down there?
We have played with winterization. There's some aspects as to why it would be good. I think winterization in edibles has its place.
Absolutely.
Other than that, just knowing that we can do it. If a store asks for it, we'll do it for them.
Have you ever had a request for it?
I have had a request from people who thought it would be real nice to fill in vape pens with, you know, and do cartridges that they wanted to go with as potent as they could get. And, but when most of the winterized stuff I've seen, so much of the taste is gone.
Yes, you really have to. From what I'm told, you really have to do it with ethanol in a still.
And I've been told by some people that I hold in the most highest regard that there are certain chemicals, after the fact that you can use to winterization. I won't name any of them here because they're dangerous, to handle. But, just absolutely perfect for what we're trying to do. And
right on.
It's I'm looking forward to doing actually some work with them to see in firsthand what they've done.
So I've only had one, maybe two positive experiences smoking an Absolute and having terpene preservation in there and having good flavor. It's always smooth, but a lot of times it'll come back tasting like that claim taste.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. It's very medicinal flavor.
Somebody yesterday told me, a very reliable source told me yesterday that Bike, when he goes to buy his hash, he'll go in to buy a half gram, and he'll sit there and he'll look through every single hash that they have. Not looking for the best gram or anything like that, but just he gets he'll know what he's gonna get, or he gets something, but he still's got to look through.
Are you that?
He's got to still analyze every single fucking one.
Someone lied to you, or you're making this up?
No, dude.
If you had something on me, I would go with it. But
this is an incredibly reliable source.
You either incredibly reliable.
I'm just saying that you're picky.
Can I say his name?
You're picky. I'm just saying that
I'll tell you exactly how it goes down. When I go into Pink House, I'll say, all right, what's the $50 hash? What's the $40 hash? Don't even tell me the $30 hash.
No, dude.
And sometimes
you look at everything. You do look at everything. I'm sure you do. I look at everything when I go into a store.
I don't. I asked Tucker because Tucker knows. I'm like, what do I want? Because he knows what I like.
I'll say this for all the people listening that venture into dispensaries and medical marijuana states. As a rule of thumb, coming from a former dispensary employee, former bud tender, if there are more than 5 people in the store, please only smell 5 strains of weed. If you run through all 36 strains while the line gets up, I know you have personal preference, just plan out your trip a little better.
Forget that. I'm smelling as much as I want. I'm going to be that pain in the ass.
I hate
hate
waiting
at
in general.
That's part of going to a dispensary is they're I want to look at this. I want to see what they have. I want to see the selection.
Then buy it.
So it's not like that when you go to a pharmacy.
That's
you don't
the point
say,
of having it in open jars in a window. You're I want to look at it.
I'll tell you what. I went into a dispensary 2 weeks ago for the first time ever. I didn't just get let right in. Can you just have a seat? We'll be right with you. I was like,
you have to wait forever at a doctor's office.
I was in
sign
shock.
Paperwork and stuff. And sit there. People take their time.
An East Coast asshole, and I need it. Want it how I want it, and I want it now. And I didn't give him a hard time. I sat down, but when I got inside, I made a point just to jokingly bring up. I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Of course you did.
Oh yeah, because these are my friends. I talk to these guys.
Of course you brought up.
Douchebag says what, Tim?
Of course you had to.
They were laughing about it too. That was like, wow.
You were a douchebag. Why would you even bring it up? Don't bring it up. You're just bringing it up because you're a douchebag.
Calm down, Tim.
You douche.
You're trying to do my bit and it doesn't
douche
work.
Knocker? No, I'm honestly calling you a douchebag.
Okay.
Meanwhile, me and Steve Tuck are going to sit over here and talk weed.
Why would you complain?
Well, I brought up the point that I think
don't go anywhere because you'll drag Bike with you because you've got dabs, I'm sure. I still need him for like another 10 minutes.
7.
See, this mother...
Brought up the point, the fact that I had to wait, and I said, imagine how it's going to be.
I got the official clock 10, by the way. Go.
Imagine how it's going to be when...
Go!
When
Go!
Recreational is in play, and they go with a plan where they let anyone who's 21 and over into a dispensary to buy my weed.
Then you're going to have to wait.
Yeah, but...
I don't believe they're going to let people buy them from a dispensary at this point yet. We're going to have sex.
He meant to say shop.
Shop.
Yes.
So
He's
if you
just
go to
saying
a recreational shop, is it
dispensary.
your recreational shop or is it
here's the
everybody's?
thing. What they were talking about is having...
You're not going to be stuck to just one.
For the first year,
there's going to be no
they would
lists.
open dispensaries to everyone. That was one of the options they were going with.
It's not going to happen to where you would go to just one spot, all right? Not here.
But that's what they were saying, Tim.
That's not what's going to happen here. And I don't know where did you hear that was going to happen here?
It was one of the things being talked about before the actual
No,
Amendment
there's not going to be
64.
any lists for anybody.
A list?
There's not going to be any list. If there is a list, it's something to keep you keep you at a certain level of buying under
They
an
can't
ounce.
do that now in a dispensary.
Exactly.
For 2 ounces.
Don't start any stupid rumors. Not saying that you guys are stupid.
That's just something that I heard.
That may have been something that was talked about.
I don't know
May have
what
been something that
list.
was
I
talked
don't know
about.
if I missed something about a list, but I know it was talked. It was talked about.
Yeah, exactly. It may have been something.
Making
But no,
it to where
that-
the dispensaries could either go recreational or stay medical marijuana.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That is for sure true.
So,
but there's not
No,
going to
I
be
heard
something
that.
to where you can't go to more than one dispensary.
Where is...
Oh, no.
No. But where...
That's what you were saying.
No, I wasn't.
That is what you were saying.
Misunderstood me.
They can't even keep an active caregiver registration list for us. How are they?
Or an active list. They have that stack of papers they're just attacking today.
Oh, yeah. They said they were getting ready to go through a big list, big pile of denials.
Denial paper. Yeah.
Heart's gonna be broken.
They've
I
been
don't think
broken for
anybody
2
is
years.
too
That
worried
pile is 2 years old.
I don't think anybody's going to be too worried.
Is it already places that have been shut down?
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the dispensary denials.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah, I know.
Those people are all waiting for maybe not being butthurt.
Could you imagine if you went like over the last couple of years and dropped
Oh my
$400,000 or
effing
$500,000 on your shop, and then got a letter after you thought everything was going your way that said pack
Sorry,
up,
and it was dated 2 years ago.
and it was dated 2 years ago.
Sorry about that. There could be even lawsuits out of that.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. There's lawsuits in almost everything in this industry because almost everything that we do is an infringement upon us.
All over a friggin' plant.
What do you mean everything you do is...
Well, I mean,
infringement
everything
on
they
us?
do is almost an infringement on us. If you took the like the regulations they put on us and compared them to similar industries, they're holding us down. Like
The one that they want to compare it to, alcohol.
Alcohol.
That is, I keep saying, it's a funny effing word.
Yeah.
Like alcohol, not exactly like.
Sometimes barely even close.
Barely like it, but like is still in there.
Yeah. Well,
I just
there's
got my
no
cannabis
place.
cup confirmation, so there.
What did you get?
My cannabis cup confirmation.
What does that mean?
Well, you guys are sitting there arguing regulations that are not even going to be in effect for that much longer.
Well, we're just having a conversation. Tell us about what is this?
Is there more appropriate material you would like for me to yell into this microphone?
Seriously.
I'm totally being a dick to our guest.
You've never even met the dude before.
I apologize now. You gotta make a public apology.
See, I can only be
It's
the dick.
420
You
week.
can't be a dick.
We've discussed this a ton, and I was out of line.
It's
there.
420 week. You've discussed. I've been in this industry
It's
since
420
it
week.
bloomed, and this is all I ever talk about.
I know it's 420 week. That's why we need to relax and enjoy a little bit. The regulations that are on medical marijuana are probably not going to be on medical marijuana for too much longer. Fortunately, they're not going to be the way. Oh, I mean, as far as the way that they are now,
As
it's going to
strict.
be loosened up.
Yeah.
There are already new rules written, which are not in place at this point in time, that are going to be proposed by the Medical Marijuana Enforcement Division, which may turn into the Marijuana Enforcement Division, which may then just drop
Magically.
a whole bunch of everything.
The
Badging.
medical is just going to dissolve and just be marijuana.
So, I mean, that's what I say.
Well, I think Med kind of knows that they shot
short
themselves in the foot with their overregulation, because in the end, they're the ones that has to enforce it, and they're the ones that have to answer for when it's not enforced.
All 12 of them.
All 12 of them, right. So you make, 50,000 regulations into regard to something, and you can spend 3 months, one person on one place doing a thorough investigative job. It's not feasible.
Nope.
So
I understand how they probably had a little bit of a slowdown over there.
And we as a community and as an industry have shown them that we're responsible with these regulations, and we take them very seriously.
For the
that's
most
a big reason
part,
why
yes,
they're going to be lax. And that's a big reason why we legalize marijuana.
Because we're showing that it works.
Exactly. We can show that medical marijuana does work.
Show me, Tim.
Yeah, somebody show me how it works.
There's a rig right next to you there that we can get at here if Tim can, stop texting or playing.
I'm not texting,
Angry
dude.
Birds or whatever you're playing, Farmville, on your phone.
I'll water your crops, bro.
You know
if
what?
you get me a dab, I'll feed your pigs. I'll do whatever it takes.
Some of us can do multiple things at once. Do you not do multiple things at once? Go silence that phone over there.
It's doing two things.
If people a cut above, it's not like we don't know a cut above either.
Sure.
Debo and family over there. These guys we've known them for a long time. I do enjoy a cut above. I think it's one of the better shops here in around Denver and in Colorado Springs. A cut above is.
We got one on Broadway, one on Fillmore, one on Astrazon.
Okay, yeah, you guys branched out.
On
That's
what?
awesome.
What's that last street?
Astrazon.
Is that down south?
That's in the Springs.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've never heard of it.
I'm still a noob.
I've been to the Springs a lot, but I just try and never remember any trip I've gone.
Right,
to
I like to drive through it fast too.
I hate that place.
It's not Oklahoma.
You know what they do have though? The Springs is like, it's not Oklahoma. And you're right, and that's the only thing that keeps me appreciative sometimes.
I hear you.
Remembering how much better I got.
How long you been in Colorado?
Oh, I've been in Colorado for 3 years now.
Oh, that's it. Wow. Damn.
Yeah, just here 3 years.
Damn. Makes me feel good about being a 6-year noob.
Where'd you come from again?
Oklahoma City.
He's from Oklahoma, where you can go to jail for life for making hash.
Oh, okay. Well, then you qualify as someone that's saved and can be defended. I don't defend anyone in Oklahoma, dude.
I don't know. Has anyone ever been sentenced to life, or is that just...
No, it hasn't been yet.
Not for hash production, but there's a lot for growing in Oklahoma.
For life?
Life.
Damn.
There's a guy in Oklahoma right now serving 99 years for 5 plants.
Damn, that is absolutely ridiculous. That's mandatory minimums there?
Oh, it's
3 strikes.
It's up to the judge.
It's up to the judge.
Here's the deal with Oklahoma's law with hash making.
Yeah.
Specifically, it's up to the judge to be able to give you it, and I think it's like a second strike type situation. Nobody's been ordered to it, but either way, no matter what the laws are in Oklahoma, get the fark out of there, like he did.
Run.
Get out.
I tell you, moving here though was so psychologically different than Oklahoma. Like, changes in my health were almost instantaneous without living with the stress of being treated like a criminal.
Physical and mental health.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of great aspects of living here that you don't even realize. Your stress levels down, and then on top of the fact that you can continue doing what you want to do and not go to jail for it.
And you get to help people,
Exactly. That's what I seriously love. That feeling.
It's amazing to get to take somebody that is at the end of their rope. A lot of people that turn to this medicine, they turn to it at the end, So getting to help them when they're really giving up on everything else and to see positive changes in their life is very rewarding.
I agree.
Especially nowadays, there's a lot of people you can see. I told you so.
Yeah.
That you've been smoking. I'm smoking weed 20 years now, and how many times people saying all the stereotypical shit and.
Oh, I was never going to be anything. I was just a doper.
Yes, just a pothead loser, never going to amount to anything.
Yeah, going to be lazy my whole life and never do nothing. And now I'm an employer.
Yes, now doctors and state officials and everyone in the state are voting and saying it's okay to do. What? Is this Disney World all of a sudden for adults?
Mm-hmm.
We got to wrap up the show here.
Wrap it up, Tim.
That's what I was trying to ask you to do, smartass.
Well,
Go for it.
Is that what this meant? Thank you for listening to the John Doe Radio Show live from Cannaval at Hoodlab. I don't know what you want me to say there, so I just kind of went with it.
Can you give us a review of yourself there?
Thanks for having me on myself. I don't know.
You guys are a trip.
He's just muting me.
Peace, homie.
All right, my name's Giddy Up. It was a pleasure coming out to John Doe Radio Show. And if you guys are at Cannaval at the 420 Cannabis Cup,
Look for the guy with the mohawk.
Look for the guy with the mohawk and the dabs.
All right, good times to the John Doe Radio Show. Thank you for hanging out with us, dude. We really do appreciate it. Sorry there, folks, Reed. This guy's got me on freaking edge today. Pissing me off. Have yourselves a fantastic day. That's going to do it for the John Doe Radio Show. Your mic is off for the day. For Bike, I am John Doe. He stayed until the end for once. Would you like to say goodbye to everybody?
Goodbye, everybody.
Go take your hits. Go take your hits. Make sure you check us out. We'll be at Hoodlab 3354 Larimer Street in Denver, hanging out. You can check it out at Facebook. There are links on our Facebook page, the John Doe Radio Show Facebook page. Have yourself a fantastic April 17th until we meet again tomorrow. It's going to be nuts. We'll scrounge together more and more people here to talk to you, and as people come through the door, I'll try not to be so distracted by Bike's bullshiz and grab more of them. There should be more people here earlier. I think everybody was just dabbed the fuck out yesterday. Oh, wait, that was a misuse of it. Have a great day. I'm your host, John Doe. See you.
Produced by Charlie Stash Entertainment. The John Doe Radio Show programming is not limited to information on counterculture subjects and is informational and entertainment purposes only. We specifically include responsible marijuana reform. Rights. Listening to anyone but your mother is stupid. We accept no responsibility for your actions or misrepresentations, and we do not fully endorse the use of illegal drugs. You are ultimately responsible for yourself.
Live.